Oh look, it's the infamous slap again. The one argument that Sonamy fans love to milk to death. Which is never a good argument as they think it is, and whenever they do choose to use it, they don't fully understand what the hell happened before the slap. All they seem to think about in this particular moment is, Sally hit Sonic because Sonic wouldn't spend time with her, and you know that is complete bullshit. Even for a storyline that has dragged Sally Acorn way out of character. So let me put the final nail in the coffin of this argument once and for all, because I am so tired of folks kicking a dead horse down the street. You see, in order to understand 134, you need to actually go back to 125. This is the period where the planet was facing a major alien invasion. And as always, the hero Sonic willingly volunteers to jump to the front lines. Later on towards the end of the issue, the planet was facing major threat from a weapon called the Quantum Dial. A weapon that is used to destroy planets. Sonic was preparing to do the one thing that he could do to save the planet. He was about to sacrifice himself. And so he did, as he raced off and was caught in the explosion. As of issue 125, Sonic was deceased. Or so people thought he was. Sonic managed to survive when he was blown off the planet and was out in space for a number of issues. In the comic storyline, Sonic was out of the picture for an entire year before he returned to Mobus. And to give the quick summary of everything that has happened, everything has gone to shit. It's a complete train wreck. The planet was at war, the freedom fighters were falling apart, aka Bunny and Antoine break up, because suddenly Antoine grew asshole syndrome. Spoiler alert, by the way, that's not Antoine, that's evil Antoine, Patch. And because of the war, Sally has become a prisoner in her own home. While Sonic is on the front lines getting his ass decimated by M, Sally is getting a reminder of how fragile Sonic's life is, as she is forced to watch from a monitor unable to help him. Though Sonic and the others do manage to overcome M in the end, this fight did not come without a price when Sonic's shoulder is badly injured. Jumping into issue 134, King Acorn, Sally Acorn's father, makes an announcement that him and Alicia Acorn are going on an extended tour. And in their absence, Sally Acorn was going to be acting ruler. Oh look, there's Amy Rose, and she seems to like the idea of Sally being in charge. Sally eventually takes the opportunity to make an announcement herself, and requests that Sonic rule by her side. And she can do this because Sonic is her consort. What's a consort, you ask? Consort. A wife, husband, or companion, in particular, the spouse of a reigning monarch. Consort. That last bit applies to Sonic. For those of us who paid attention to this story, even though Sally says it's going to be a lot of work running the kingdom and that's why she's asking for Sonic's help, the real reason is not because she wants Sonic all to herself, the real reason is she's trying to protect the love of her life from doing something stupid. Also, remember when I pointed out that Sonic got his shoulder injured? That's the result of it. He's wearing a cast. I'll say this much about Sonic. He has the heart of a lion. But there are points where he can be a reckless imbecile. The man is freaking handicapped. Where does he think he's running off to besides his demise? Not ready to lose him again just yet, Sally pleads with the man to reconsider. But old Sonic the Glory Hog couldn't resist, and that's when Sally finally had enough and smacked the chili dog flavor right out of his mouth. Yeah, Sally shouldn't have hit him, but this slap was more justified than any of the shit Amy Rose has ever done to Sonic, in which always goes unpunished because Sally is not Amy. When Sonic said he couldn't, he simultaneously broke his commitments to Sally, he embarrassed her in front of the whole kingdom, but most importantly, he embarrassed her in front of her father. A guy Sonic really needed to score points with because he never wanted Sally to be with Sonic in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, that's your slap. How dare she give a fuck about whether Sonic lives or dies?